What is this heavy metal object I found while metal detecting in eastern Massachusetts? About 5 by 5 inches, and it features 2 threaded plugs with concave bases. Other items in the vicinity date from the 1900s to the 1940s. The item is heavy for its size and appears to be brass or a similar metal. I managed to shift one of the threaded plugs slightly and discovered there is a strong spring in the tube. Any help with figuring out what it is and how old would be awesome. It's part of a World War II US Navy M1926 inflatable flotation belt life preserver. It was used as a life preserver by assault troops during amphibious actions and beach landings. This type of belt is particularly known for use during the D-Day landing on the Normandy beaches on June 6, 1944. The belt was inflated by squeezing 2 switches located inside the belt, which activated 2 CO2 bottles. If the CO2 bottles failed, the belt could still be inflated by blowing into the rubber tubes, which have valves on the ends. What is this tool I found in my dad's tool chest in Massachusetts? He helped an uncle on a dairy farm and was a truck driver most of his life. It spreads out and in, and it's about 6 inches when cranked in and about 9 inches when spread out. Any ideas, anyone? This appears to be the corresponding patent, and very few people would have any idea what it was used for. It's a device for stretching card clothing, patented on June 23, 1885, by George E. Kimball of Franklin, Massachusetts. Carding is the process of disentangling fibers during textile manufacturing, like processing cotton or wool. It had been done by hand with a card, but this slow hand method was replaced during the Industrial Revolution with factory machines. These machines had a thin mesh of wire called card clothing that would be stretched onto a spinning drum to greatly speed up the processing of the fibers. This tool was a specialty device that would have been sold directly to mills by a salesman, not the kind of device that would be sold in general-purpose tool catalogs. This tool was likely salvaged when a cotton or woolen goods factory was demolished 70 to 80 years ago, and then ended up in a flea market as an unknown gadget that can be repurposed. This was in a box that came from an old shed and seems to be made from an aluminium alloy. It's around 3 inches long, the clip is spring-loaded, and based on the original owner, it could be anywhere from 50 to 80 years old. I've done a reverse image search, but I can't seem to find anything similar. On the reverse, it says made in England. Any idea what it was used for? It's a toggle clip, commonly used in tanneries during the early to mid 20th century, to stretch and hold leather hides taut while they dry. The spring-loaded mechanism clamps onto the edge of the hide, while the rounded ring allows for a tie-off point on a stretching frame. I bought this at the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul 20 years ago. It's a colorful wooden contraption that has individual wooden spindles comprising 2 wheels that spin when the handle is turned. It's 39 inches long, 26 inches tall, and not terribly heavy. The colors are faded, but it looks like it was once very bright. Does anybody have any ideas what this is for? It's a traditional wooden spinning wheel, a manual tool designed to twist raw fibers like wool or cotton into thread. Such devices have been used for centuries across the Middle East, India, and Europe, particularly between the 18th and early 19th centuries, for home textile production. The wheel features a large spoke design commonly used for rapid spinning. I found this while cleaning out a vacant garage in Utah. It's about 36 inches tall, 42 inches long, about 24 inches wide, and weighs maybe 80 pounds. The metal rollers seem to rotate around the center and can spin individually. It seems to be made of steel for the body, and I think the rollers may be aluminium, but I'm not sure. If I had to take a guess at what this is, I'd say it's something used to break in or reshape a horse saddle. There's a plug on one of the sides that connects to a motor with a pulley and belt to drive all the rollers around. I haven't plugged it in yet to see how it works though. What is this intended to be used for? It's a mid-century Niblack system home pony slenderizing machine. It was patented on July 27, 1948 by Harley D. Niblack of Denver, Colorado. It was advertised to help you, women specifically, keep fit by massaging and breaking down fatty tissue in the thighs and buttocks, and increase circulation through rotating metal rollers. According to the advert, you were supposed to use it for 10 minutes a day. I'm old enough to have been a member of a ladies' gym, and I can tell you that these machines were neither effective nor pleasurable. It would leave you with bruising and discomfort for days. What are these wooden blocks with holes and movable pins attached with a red cord, found in the Goodwill Craft section? The sticker says, "Made in Montana," and the bottom of the signed one has a name written in pen, Joanne Case. Google image search kept giving me strange answers that were wrong. Does anyone ever come across one of these before? Those are parts of an old-fashioned quilt frame for hand quilting, manufactured by the Flynn Quilt Frame Company in the 1980s to the 90s. These bars hold rods or rollers to stretch fabric taut for hand quilting. They feature movable pins attached with a red cord to regulate the frame size and allow for disassembly. The bottom bar signature says Joanne Best Wishes and is signed by John Flynn, the founder of the company. What is this shell thing I found in Grandma's closet? My grandma recently passed away, and I found this buried in a closet. I'm assuming it's for decoration, but I'm not 100% sure though. Does anyone know what it is? Thanks for the help. It's a vintage silver-plated shell butter dish, made in England in the 1950s, missing the glass insert. Here's another one, complete with its original butter knife, glass insert, and original box. My mother had this clamshell item, and it was used as a butter dish when we used her fancy wedding silver. My parents got married in 1957. We found this item at an op shop in Victoria, Australia. It looks to be made of brass and sat on a steel frame stand. There are holes at the bottom of the vessel with protrusions, and the pins are set and do not retract, but they are hollow to allow something in or out of the vessel. My sister bought it because it was mysterious, and she liked the shape. It looks sort of like a pot, or an incense device, or an instrument maybe. Nothing to indicate any electronics involved. What is this thing? Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.